Get it. Yes! Get him up out Woke up, home run. In a tip, in it. Let's go, throw your hats on. Look what Pinky got it. They double teaming Trey. Give it to Trey. Give it to Jonte. Pass it over to Bogey. Bogey driving. Give it to Trey. Give it to Trey. Shoot the three. Bang! Let's go, man. Stop playing. He did not put Ritter in.
I'm done. Oh, this mother just put Ritter in? For what? Why would you put Ritter in right now? He know his job is done.
There's nothing finer in the land than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan. Oh Let's go. Go, dog. Go, dogs. Go, dogs. Simple.
Now you're going to make me chump. Now you're going to make me chump.
We ain't going to tiptoe around the issues.
Remember, we don't do woulda, shoulda, coulda, what up in here.
Barbecue and mildew time. Yeah, it's a whole mode today, man. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Larry. This is the Dixon Way, all about the A sports talk. We give you live commentary on all our favorite sports teams. From the Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Bulldogs, even my wife, Gators. Right now, guys, we got the Falcons in review. Falcons versus the Broncos. The Donkeys donkey kicked us right out of Denver. Don't even look like we came to play, man. Let's get into it, man. Let's go. All right. So, yeah, 38-6, man. One of the worst losses in recent memory for the Atlanta Falcons is they got beat in all three phases. All three phases. And I know a lot of people are going to say different things, but I want to go over this and look at it from a fan point of view, but also not losing sight of what's in front of us because we still have a chance to win this division, but things had to get corrected. I know a lot of people think that, you know, Coach Raheem, uh, some people think he's wasn't qualified for it. Some people think he was, you know, well qualified for the job. Right now, I'm not sure that this is a head coaching problem more so than we have 3 rookie coordinators on this team. And normally, you know, when a new coach comes in, he surrounds himself with veteran coaches as his coordinators. Now, he may name like one hot shot, you know, coordinator, but not all 3. So that does give me pause, but I'm going to say, hey, we're in the bye week right now. We got a lot of stuff to digest. The whole win the press conference, I think that's done rubbed off. I don't think anyone really cares about winning the press conference no more. We want to win games, and to get off with the start that we had and be 6-3, and now be 6-5 with the Chargers coming into town. That Charger team is explosive, and now they play smart football because they have an excellent head coach. One of the coaches that I wanted to be here, but once Coach Rod got here, 100% behind Coach Raheem. But you do have to. I mean, it's not hating on your team if you see things and you hope that they correct them in the off, like in the bye week. I don't know if it's coaching. I know a lot of people think it's just mainly coaching, but I don't know if our personnel fits our schemes. You know, there's a lot of talk about, especially with the defense with Jimmy Lake and the personnel he has. You know, a lot of people jumping on his neck about how he's calling defense and stuff like that. How we in soft zones. Hell, I'm pointing out during the watch alongs. Right? I'm pointing out. You know, why is it 3rd and 8 and we 10 yards off the line? Why are our middle linebackers are 10 yards off the line and we just giving up the underneath every time and we're poor tackling? So Coach Raheem did say that, like, we got to tackle better. You know what I'm saying? He said we got to tackle better. What's up, Christy? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Chris, are you part of the Ladybird game? I mean the Ladybirds? Chrissy? How you doing, Chrissy? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you coming through. Welcome back to the stream. I only know like Miss Megan and Miss Pam on the panel, you know, so that's why I was asking. If so, welcome to the stream. And appreciate you checking in, you know what I'm saying? My thoughts are there's a lot of things that we need to fix in a short amount of time. I do not want Michael Penix to play. If he brought Kirk here up, you know, to do his job, he needed to do his job. Oh, that's what's up. All right, so that is Christy. Okay. So, guys, make sure you check out the Ladybirds on AFN tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yep, make sure you guys check it out. And you got a link on the front page of our YouTube page. If you don't know what AFN is, then just click on that. And see, I got my hoodie on because I ain't really in a jovial mood. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that mode. Like, we got to get stuff straight, man, because we got the Chargers coming up next, and that's not going to be an easy game at all. I watched them this Sunday, man, and they look very good. Very, very good. King Richie, how you doing, fam? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. My boy T.D.W from Atlanta Burgame in the building. What up, fam? I see you, man. Make sure you guys check out T.D.W. Got some excellent content. As always, did a 30-minute joint. I was watching them. You know what I'm saying? Today. So shout out to T.D.W. Atlanta Burgame. You guys can check him out. Also, look on the front page of our YouTube. We got a trusted content creator list. So you guys want to find AFN or Atlanta Burgame, go check that out. Go sub it up. Hit up the likes too. JJ, what's going on with you? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Also, he said, why is Jimmy Lake not fired or his position isn't changing? Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. Because Jimmy Lake is, Raheem's homie. And, I don't think Raheem is going to fire him. But I do think that he's probably going to interject his ideals and his thoughts on the defense now. You can't be a defensive coach and watch, and you help pick the players to be on this defense, to run this scheme. For Jimmy Lake to hand it over. And if it seems like it's not working, you have to intervene. You have to, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? If not, then, what's going on? Carlos, what's up, Carlos? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. This sounded for you. Appreciate you coming in. Carlos says, what's up? Tuning in on the road. All right, that's what's up. Well, thank you for tuning in, Carlos. Thank you. Steve in the building. What's up, Steve? I see you, man. Sounded for you. He said, promising start to the season and wheels are coming up. The wheels ain't off yet. But we need to loosen some nuts and bolts on it. You know what I'm saying? The wheels are wobbly, okay? The wheels ain't flew off yet. All right? We ain't doing this. Not yet. We ain't going to hit the panic button. But we definitely don't want to lose 4 in a row. All right? You don't want to be 6-3 and end up 6-7 looking up and like, oh my God, we're 6-7. You don't want to do that. Jay Black in the building. What's up, man? We talking about what kind of changes we're going to do. We got thoroughly whooped with the Bronco game. I could review it, but we all know how that went, man. Like, keep it a buck. Everybody know how that went. We got out-coached, outplayed, manhandled. The definition of the game was we stopped that running back for getting in the goal line. And the Broncos offensive line picked him up and carried him into the end zone like a child. That's grown man business right there, man. That's see a man, whoop a man. That's I'm bigger and badder than you. I'm going to pick my teammate up, and we're going to carry him to the end zone. They wanted it more than us. Like, what else do I need to say? I can talk about coverage, you know what I'm saying? I can talk about people, you know what I'm saying, not in right positions. I can go over film. I can do all of that. But that one play encapsulates what happened to the Falcons. What up, Raymond Collins? I see you, fam. Also, Alberto Molina, what's going on? Appreciate you. This sounded for both of you guys. Welcome back to the stream. JJ brings up a good point. King Richie said, I like that we got beat like that. Like we got beat down like that. Now we're going to see how they tighten up. We're going to see what they made of. We're going to see what they made of. For real. And JJ said the Bucs have an easier schedule. If they get back even, then all games are winnable. You mean Evans, yeah. Get Mike Evans back. That's true. But we do hold the tiebreaker. So we're 2 games over the Bucs, but really 3 games. They had to beat us outright. You know what I'm saying? All right. Jay Black says, we need a D tackle help. We got to draft 2 D tackles, you know what I'm saying, and a right tackle. Look, I know what we got to do in the draft. We only got 4 draft picks. So unless we trade someone, you know what I'm saying, during the draft to get more draft picks, we only got 4 draft picks, guys. And we desperately need pass rush. Okay. I know we on 2 weeks rest. That's what I'm saying. This bye week is going to show, you know what I'm saying, what they're going to do. Are they going to, is Raheem going to interject more of his input in the defense? Is he going to outright start calling defensive plays? Or what? But, yeah, we can go over film. We can talk about all this, that, and other. But, nah, this will see a man whoop a man. That one play encapsulized the entire game. And that's why we got whooped. We lost at the line of scrimmage. We lost in the booth. We lost on the sidelines. In all 3 phases. All 3 phases. All right. There was no quarter that we won. None. And Younghoe Koo, shout out to Younghoe Koo for straightening out his toe and kicking 2 field goals in the first half. And then after that, that was it. That was our entire offense. That's inexcusable. And here's the thing, guys. I said on other content creator platform, I'm saying here. There's a book on the Falcons now with all these rookie coordinators. Our ability to go down the field with ease is starting to get harder and harder. It is. Each game is getting a little bit harder and harder to go down the field. Because there is a book being built about the Falcons, what tendencies we have. What do we do well? What we don't do well. Offensively, defensively, and special teams. There's a book. There's a half a season book. Are we going to use this this bye week to really dissect what we do well and what we don't do well? Look ourselves in the mirror and try to correct these problems? Or is it uncorrectable? Because we don't have the Jimmys and Joes. What's up, Vega Man? How you doing, fam? Welcome back to the stream. Son, we appreciate you coming through. Welcome back to the stream. And personally, I think it's a combination of both. I think it's Jimmys and Joes more than X's and O's on defense. I think the X's and O's compound the Jimmy and Joe's problem. And it's all about countering your tendencies. And I don't know if we've done that yet. It seemed like Sean Payton offense dictated what we were going to do. And when you make a statement like Coach Raheem, he kind of admitted it. He said we didn't want to blitz because we didn't want to give up so many yards in the screenplay. Well, you didn't blitz, and you still gave up a ton of yards in the dang on screen game. Jay Black with the super chat. Bars. Larry, you right. 2 weeks. Get it right. That's right. Rise up. Thank you. And since you sent in a super chat, you can say it yourself.
J Black 142 has donated $5 and says you are right, Larry. 2 weeks to get it right. Rise up.
Now I know you don't sound like that, but that's the best I can do. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that super chat, fam. Appreciate you. All right. JJ had a long. Let me see what JJ said. I think we should trade Pitts because he's making our play calling obvious. Bingo! I was about to talk about the defense, but since you led me down that rabbit hole, let's go. Now, my wife might think that I'm just hating on him because he's a Florida Gator, but this is going to be, having Kyle Pitts in there is basically a tell on what we're going to do, guys. We're tipping our hands. In the NFL, you want to be as deceptive as you can by being as efficient as you can. And there's a clear indication that when Kyle Pitts is in the game, 9 times out of 10, we are passing the football. When he's lined up close to the line, he is not full out blocking. We are not running the ball. We're not. At best, he'll chip. At best, he'll chip. And I will say, he has been chipping better lately. Like the past about 3 or 4 games, he's been chipping much better. But we never run when Kyle Pitts is close to the line. That is a telltale sign. Defense see Kyle Pitts in the game, comes across the formation, lines up right next to either tackle. He ain't blocking. That's a tail. Sorry, it's a tail. I got a tight end that cannot block. Then stop using him as a tight end. That's I mean, what can we do? And to Cal's defense, I've seen him run open on plays that were designed by Zach Robinson and Kirk Cousins not hit him because he zoomed in on Drake London. Like he laser focused on Drizzy Drake, on Draco. So I will give him grace on that. But the glaring thing is he's not really a good blocker. So we can't run out of that set. So you know what Bijan or Algiers are going to do. And 9 times out of 10, he's not in the game when Algiers is in. If it's like a spot thing, they take him out, put in Warner. Well, Warner was hurt. And that showed a lot. How valuable is Charlie Warner, to this running game that we really couldn't get it, kickstarted because he wasn't in there? Because we don't have a fullback. He's effectively our fullback, to be honest. He's our blocking tight end / fullback. We don't have a fullback on this roster, so that's basically what it is, in the single back set. So missing him, that's why I said it's X's and O's and Jimmy's and Joe's. You feel me? Why would we let him walk? We can get a 5th round out of him. We'll see. I'm not sure they're going to pay him, though, to be honest. I'm not sure they're going to pay Kyle Pitts. And this is one of his better seasons also. Before it kind of like slowed down, he was like top 3 in yards and tight ends this season. I think before the last game, or top 5, something like that, before this last game. So Kyle having a good season, but I'm just saying, like, things that we can't do because he's in there and he's enabled to properly block. Kirk Cousins, always, tipping what we're going to try to do because he's zooming in on Drizzy Drake. Injuries starting to pile up. It's a myriad of things. You know what I'm saying? Throwing the screen on 3rd and 8. It never establishing a run, but trying to do play action at the beginning of the game. Like, who are you play actioning when you ain't established the run? And then when you try to run, you get stuffed. You play action, or you don't even play action. You just run a pass play on 1st down. Now, we need some yards. That's what, the first 3 possessions, I think we passed the ball first, and then 2nd down, when we didn't get anything, we tried to run the ball and got stuffed. So you really didn't even try to establish the run. But I think missing Warner kind of hurt us real bad on the running game. So I think that was the main reason why we really couldn't get the running game going. So that goes into the Jimmys and Joes type of thing, that we missed our blocking tight end. Basically, de facto fullback for our running game. We missed that a lot. But yeah, there's still a lot of things that, I've seen a lot of videos and, people breaking down plays and stuff like that. Yeah, we know Denver was holding. Shout out to Tidy with his film study they had yesterday, man. Excellent time, man. Go back, man. It's like a marathon. He had like 4 or 5 hour stream, but I'm telling you, man, they were breaking stuff down, showing that the Broncos had the favorable whistle with the holding. So yeah, make sure you guys check out Atlanta Bird game if you want to check out. It's an in-depth film study. So they looked at the whole game, rewinding and stuff like that, looking at plays. Very interesting. But yeah, it's time for the Falcons to look at themselves and assess themselves, looking in the mirror. Because my thing has been the entire season, I felt like when we won close games, it was like, whoop, we won. That's who we are. Let's go. On to the next one. And not the self-evaluation that you would normally do. Why was it so close? What were they doing to us to attack us that, that we didn't handle well? I think a lot of that is going to happen this bye week. Now, a lot of like upset feelings are going to be, talked about right now in the first week. So Falcon fans, get it out your system, all that. Because that's just how it go. Everybody going to be talking about how we got whooped by the Broncos, how we got embarrassed. No one on any national panel is talking about the Falcons anymore. Why should they? We got to come up and prove it now. Let's put up a shut-up game. The Chargers game is the most important game of the season. It's the most important game of the season. You're going to have 2 weeks to prepare. You're coming back home. You've been on the road. You're coming back home. The fan base is in a frenzy right now. And the season can go one way or another. We didn't get any help at the trade deadline. You had a lot of people that said, blank those picks, go get help because we desperately need it. Other people said, look, we need our picks. We got a lot of veteran players on this team. There's only 1-year deals. We're going to have to replenish our football team. Don't be hasty. We are not one player away. Both sides have good arguments. But right now, we are historically bad at pass rush. This is the worst pass rushing team in NFL history right now, guys. And we have a defensive coach if he doesn't take charge of that, that will be in his lap forever. In his lap forever. It will be fair or unfair. Because if you hang your hat on the defensive side and you have I know the Jimmys and Joes are not there. I understand David Aminata is not who he was last year. I understand that Big Grady seemed like, he's lost a step due to the injury. On an Ebikebi not living up to the expectations. Or maybe these guys are not 3-4 guys and they're 4-3 guys. And they're out of, they're running the wrong system for the personnel we have. But again, all of that stuff is supposed to be assessed when you bring in the defensive coordinator, when you bring in the coach, when Terry sit down with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we have. Do you guys think your system can fit? Because right now, this system seems like we need Aaron Donald to make it work. There's a stat that we rushed 4 or 3 less the entire game. So we never sent 5 initially. Now, if we have a spy and he's sitting back there, he comes, technically that's not a 5-man blitz. We gave them 4-man and 3-man fronts for the entire game. That's the stat. For a team that cannot generate pass rush, you sat there and let a rookie quarterback dink and dunk you to death, sitting in that soft cover 3 shell or cover 2 shell. We want our guys to come up, and Coach Raheem says in the press conference, the guys got to come up, rally to the ball, and make the tackle. If they are 10 to 11 to 12 yards off the ball, I'm sorry, unless you got LT in his prime, Ray Lewis in his prime, they're not making that play. They're too far off to be effective. Now, if you're trying to cover, the secondary because you don't want anything to go over the top, I get it. But that defense is showing the bias of what you used to be coaching, and that was the secondary. Bill Baggins says, Bronco fans here, I keep hearing Cousins lost the game, but I think he played damn well. They killed the defense with his accurate passing. You think that Kirk Cousins was accurate? I think you're trolling. But let's take a look at it. Kirk Cousins with 18 for 27 for 173 yards. 3 sacks for a loss of 21 yards. So the offensive line wasn't protecting him, but guess what? He drifted into 2 of those sacks by not stepping up in the pocket. He did. And 18 for 27 ain't carving up anything, especially if you only got 173 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. But yeah, I mean, as a Bronco fan, of course you would be happy about Kirk Cousins' performance. Kirk Cousins staring down Drake London profusely. Where's Drake? Where's Drake? Put him in motion and still looking at it. No look off. On that interception, guys, he was staring at Drake. Now, there's another man over there, so maybe that's 1-2 progression right there. They both was covered up. Bijan was going in the flat and doing a wheel route. So, if you know, you go out, he goes out, and he cuts back in. Kirk never see him cut back in. He had like a 3-yard step on that guy running in between the middle of the defense. like what they did to us, but he forced it into Drake, and it was an interception. The exact same thing he did in New Orleans when he said, I saw him on him, but I was just trying to make a play. In the Saints game, Kyle Pitts was wide open several times. He was trying to force it into Drake. So it's not all on Zach Robinson, guys. It's not. When you really look at it, it's not all on Zach Robinson. But I do have questions about not establishing the run first. I say. Chrissy says they would have been worn out from running. Yeah, the defense. That's what you do. If you have a good running game, the defense get worn down, and those safeties start creeping up, so we can take deeper shots down the field. So yeah, it's a cause and effect. That's why you don't try to establish the pass with the run. You know, teams who establish the pass with the run, they have elite quarterbacks like Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like Patrick Mahomes, like Joe Burrow, because the teams are so frightened of those passers and those quarterbacks, those signal callers, that they are looking to stop the pass first. And they're conceding the run because A, they don't want you getting quick strikes and that quarterback heating up. But B, them running the ball is taking the ball out of those elite quarterbacks' hands. Now, the funny thing is we're running Kirk Cousins in the shotgun like he's a run-pass option quarterback, when he's made his bread and butter as an under center, play action heavy quarterback. That isn't using Kirk Cousins to his full ability. That's not putting him in the best situations that he can operate. It's just not. If he was a clearly shotgun quarterback, that would be different. He is not. So hopefully that is reassessed. Trade for Cameron Hayward. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers are just going to give up Cameron Hayward. I mean, we all know that Ironhead Hayward played for the Falcons and for the Saints, but they're not trading one of the premier defensive tackles in the game. Why would they? I mean, him and T.J. Watt go together like peanut butter and jelly. Why would they do that? I mean, we could have had one guy like that, in Jalen Carter, but we chose to go a different direction. And that leads me down the other road. I didn't even talk about no woulda, shoulda, couldas. It's just, if this roster defensively is deficient, that's why I give Jimmy Lake a little bit of grace. I can't give it to Raheem because ultimately he's responsible for the personnel we have here, since it's a collaborative effort from him and Terry Fontenot. We haven't spent one first-round pick on a defender. And I think the second-round picks that we have drafted defensively, was Harrison one? I know that Richard Grant and Arnold Ebiketie was. swing and misses. So our GM philosophy has been draft offense first, skill position offense, and second round we address the defense. I want a high power offense. Yes. My GM currently does not have a contract extension right now. He's in his last year of his contract, his fourth season. I think we still can win this division. I feel like we have 3 wins on this schedule with the Raiders, the Giants, and the Panthers. Outside of that, everything else is a toss-up. It would tell a lot about this team we come out of the bye. I need to know how we're going to come out of this bye and play against the Chargers. This is a playoff caliber team. We got to keep pace above the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cannot let them get a game ahead of us. Okay? So, yeah. Bo Nix, and another thing, guys. With Bo Nix, he averaged under 5 yards per pass. So he literally did what he was doing at Auburn, what he did at Oregon. Captain check down. And we were playing such soft coverage that once he got them to them fast athletes, pew, gone. I think it was just a masterclass by Sean Payton dictating what the defense did and took their shots. It was methodical too. So no, I do not think Terry Fontenot will be extended if we lose this division by some way. I don't think we lose this division. So I think Terry may get 1 year extension. I don't think it'll be a multiple year. But if we lose this division, I mean, he just won't be retained. Also, for the people that saying Raheem need to be fired, if we can sit in the midst of mediocrity with Arthur Smith for 3 years, then at the very least, he will be afforded 3 years here. I think it's only fair. The only thing that trumps that is if we have a historically bad defense. Now he can be like, hey, give me a chance to get this draft and draft all defense. Terry, we can't go offense. If we do, it got to be right tackle to prepare for Michael Penix takeover. It got to be a lot of soul searching, man. All the offensive coordinators, the head coach, everything, man. Everybody got to be up there in that facility. Ain't no breaks, at least for the coaching staff. I'm sorry. I would say, of course, Thanksgiving, 2 days before Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, fine. Holiday weekend, good. I will hope going into a holiday weekend that our coaches would have been hard at work right now reviewing all their tendencies. And by tomorrow, they'll have a handle on it, a truthful handle on what's been going wrong and how they could fix it. How about Rich McKay? Rich McKay supposedly is out of the picture right now. He's running the he's more hands-on with the United, who are in the playoffs and had the biggest upset in MLS history by beating Messi in Miami International. Wow. So yeah. McKay on papers supposedly have nothing to do with the Falcons right now. He's just running the Arthur Blank organization and more a part of the United than the Falcons. This is all Terry and Raheem right here. So that's where the blame is going to go. At least that's what it seemed like with the press conference, since McKay was sitting in the audience instead of up at the table when Raheem was hired. Yeah, I just want to see a fair assessment, and I want to see change attacking. I want to see more blitz packages from the defense, because we obviously can't get there with 4, and we damn sure can't get it there with 3. And we let that rookie quarterback get comfortable, and he dinked and dunked us to death. Our poor tackling. There's a lot of people saying, hey, we need to address linebacker. We need to address edge rusher, outside linebacker who can. So we need a D tackle who's stout like a Vita. We need a pass rusher, either defensive lineman or outside linebacker. And we need 2 middle linebackers. And we need a right tackle that's going to take over for McGarry, who's going to be Michael Penny's blind side, which he hasn't played bad this season. He's actually played better than before in previous seasons. I would probably say this is McGarry's best pass blocking season of his career. But I'm talking about the future of our franchise. I need somebody stout over there. It's nothing against McGarry, but that's the future. Well, speaking of Michael Penix, man, if he would have got hurt, everybody would have been fired. So good thing we ran mostly run plays then, but that frustrated me too, because we were just trying to run out the clock for them so they wouldn't score 50 on us. If they would have got the ball back, they would have scored again. Plain and simple. And they showing highlights of the Chargers right now on ESPN, because the Chargers built around their offensive line. And the question is, should more teams build around their offensive line? I agree, but Terry Fontenot didn't. So he spent his picks on, the toys, the skill guys. We picked skill guy to skill guy. Yeah. Pitts, Drake, Bijan, and then Michael Penix. Those all offensive skill guys. So we'll see, man. We can't do anything about the Jimmys and Joes. That is exactly who we got right now until the off season. We can't do anything. We just got to try to scheme it up. Right now, we have a historically bad pass rush. And that's why I really don't get on AJ and Jesse Bates and Simmons and Clark Phillips III right now, because they got no pass rush, bro. They got no pass rush. Anybody that ever say that pass rush don't matter, that's a bold-faced lie. The most important position on the field is quarterback. The second most important position on the field is the guy that can hunt the quarterback. That's why they make the big bucks. I'm just saying. So we can't fix it this year. That's an off-season move. but we got to try to scheme it. We got to be more risky in blitz. We have to. We can't have people sitting back in that soft zone, hoping and praying, hey, we can get them down here, let them get to the 20-yard line, and then get a stop and give up 3 points and let the offense try to outscore people, because now there's a book on our offense now. You know, the cadence, how we, you know what I'm saying, attack certain blitzes, how we, you know, certain fronts, personnel. You know, it's a book out there now. How do we counteract our tendencies? And I hope that that's how the Falcons are going to attack this bye week. Let's see. JJ don't like Terry, so JJ like Terry needs to be fired because he's not building on the offensive line. He did get Bergeron, and Bergeron is a nice piece. I like Bergeron. But I think a lot of stuff is Dalman health going back and forth. Like, it's line's been hurt, you know. But I feel like we're a run blocking line first. And that's why I get so upset, and I be wanting to
run the dang ball. Run the dang ball.
Well, Raheem said stats are for losers. Well, when you're the worst in NFL history, then who's a loser? You can't see. Here's the thing. You haven't earned the right to be flippant with the media like that. When they ask you a legit question. Now it's a question, and you got to sit there and say, hey, yeah, we got to evaluate everything. We got to self-evaluate, look at everything deeply, and then we'll come back. It's easy to say that when you win. Stats are for losers when you win. But, I mean, I don't think anybody in the media, especially in Atlanta, which is traditionally a very team-friendly media, is going to go out and, you know, harass people like the Northeast media would do, like a Philadelphia or a New York. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be, you know, harassing you, or Pittsburgh Steelers or something like that, man. It's not going to be like that. So I don't think there's any hard questions from the Atlanta media, to be honest. Even with D-Led. Hold up. Let me get my interview on.
Coach, D. Orlando Ledbetter here. I want to know, how does it feel to be the worst pass rushing team in NFL history? You only have like 10 sacks, if I'm correct. Could you please address that, and how will we correct that?
What do you guys think about my D-Led? So shout out to D-Led, the OG. It's number love, D-Led. No disrespect to you, brother. For real. When you're the worst defense in the league, what is there to evaluate? Fix it. Well, that goes into the Jimmys and Joes. Do you trust your secondary enough to hold up? Do you trust? I mean, I've seen us send, you know, 5 or 6 people. We still can get there. Are those concepts of the pass rush already out there on film on how to block it? Are we doing, you know, things to combat our tendencies? I don't know. I'm not in the locker room. Not in their study room. Some say they are, some say they're not. But it seems like there's a book out on us, so hopefully we can correct that. Yeah, the stats like Bijan Robinson having 12 carries in a game is disgusting. The fact that Jason McClellan had 4 less carries than him, and basically he was trying to run out the clock, shows you that we never try to establish the run. We panic. That's panic play calling. You have Bijan Robinson, who's literally like the third best, you know what I'm saying, third or second best running back in the league, depending on who you talk to, what fan base. And for him to have 12 carries is disgusting. It's disgusting. Bijan Robinson have no less, on a bad running day, he should have no less than 17 carries. On a bad running game, when he was just running into a brick wall like it was today, he should have no less than 17 carries. Oh, Larry, that's only 5 more carries. Guys, you know football. A guy ain't running for 5 yards a carry every time. It's a 1 yard here. It's a 15-yarder there. It's a 20-yarder there. It's a 3-yarder here. You know what I'm saying? How you going to get in a groove when literally all you do is you pass, you run, you get stopped, and then you pass again. And then you pass, you give up a sack. Now you got to pass again. Then Bijan don't ever even run the, like, come on, man. Especially when Tyler Algiers ain't even playing. You ain't even splitting minutes. So that's disgusting. I mean, come on, guys. Y'all know that's disgusting, right? I'm sure that Zach Robinson, looking at this stat right here. What's up, Art Angel? How you doing, man? Appreciate you coming through. Welcome back to the stream. I'm pretty sure that Zach Robinson looked at the stat sheets and was like, man, I'm disgusted with myself. How could, or maybe he's not. Maybe he just went over his head like, that's just how the game went. They dictated what we were going to do. We got down behind far, and we had to start throwing it. Well, I know I remember your first 2 possessions that you passed the ball, didn't get anything, ran the ball, got stonewalled, passed it, get off the field, 3 and out. Then we went down, kick a field goal, then we get it again, 3 and out. You put yourself in that hole. Meanwhile, Broncos methodically going down the field, dinking and dunking you to death. Offense couldn't sustain any drives. Defense got worn out. Mile high. Deuces. Game over. Oh my goodness, man. I'm not talking about Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh has had a great defense with the Jets. They just could never figure out the quarterback situation. I wouldn't be mad at that. But the guy I want is Steve Wilkes. He's been here a couple of times just evaluating as an advisor, you know what I'm saying, in the preseason. Steve Wilkes kept a good defense everywhere he went. I wouldn't mind Steve Wilkes coming in. He already got a relationship with Coach Raheem. He's been on the premises. He knows the players. I don't know if he ever went over film, but he's seen them out there in training camp at the very least. I would say Steve Wilkes, but I wouldn't be mad at Robert Saleh. He's had a great defense with San Francisco and with the Jets. But also, they spent picks on defense with the Jets in San Francisco. So, now Carolina, he pieced it together with Steve Wilkes, and that's why I give a nod to Steve Wilkes. But either one would be good. Our Angel says, yeah, the game had me 38, especially when they got that wrong call made on the fumble instead of incomplete. Yeah, the incomplete pass. Also, yeah, he never had, I don't know, man. It was way too close. I was just like, all right, whatever, man. It's whatever. You know, that game was going against us. You know, it was a lot of factors going in, but I don't want to talk about the refs. I feel like we got manhandled. Offense, defense, and special teams. We got manhandled. I mean, we got manhandled, bro. So that's just how I feel. And Coach Raheem pretty much echoed those remarks too. You know? So he had the self-reflection to be like, look, I'm not talking about the refs. They manhandled us. You know what I'm saying? Jay Black agreed with me. He said Steve Wilson is a good choice, Larry, before Salah. All right, so I got one person that agreed with me. Appreciate that, Jay Black. Carlos Wiggins says, hold up. Salah's in Green Bay, I think. I think he did go over there. Yeah, we got manhandled, man. See a man whoop a man. So we got manhandled, and we got out-coached. So we lost on all three phases, man, plus coaching. So, yeah. That's why I ain't in no jersey right now. That's why I got the hoodie on. You feel me? I'm in a mood. You feel me? I'm in a mood, bruh. I go with stats when they come apparent when we talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like Bijan Robinson having 12 carries for 35 yards. I mean, you didn't even try to run the ball. You didn't. You didn't. Well, we tried, but we got stuck. You didn't try to run the ball. And Jace McClellan got 4 less carries than Bijan Robinson when he was just trying to run out the clock. Larry, go in the room, please. Thank you. You didn't try to run the ball. Disgusting work. And the Denver Broncos, shout out to them, man. They definitely manhandled us. Sean Payton. No other person I hate to lose to than Sean Payton. Definitely our nemesis. He is definitely going to try to rub it into the Falcons every time he get a chance. I saw that little Saints hat on him for a second. I'm serious, bro. I'm looking over there. I saw him with that dang on Bronco hill. I was like, hold up, man. Do he have the Saints hat on right now? The tormentor of Falcon fans. The tormentor. Well, first we got to figure out what personnel do we have. Do we have the personnel to run the 3-4 or not? Because right now we're running a defense that's made for Aaron Donald. Can anybody dispute that? You put Aaron Donald in his defense, he blows up everything. Everybody's free. Our linebackers are free to rush the quarterback. They're also not having people climb up the ladder to get to them because they got, you have someone like Aaron Donald blowing up the play all the time that they have to stick there. They can't just chip and then go up to the next level. They got to hold that block with Aaron Donald. Nah, man, coaches always put out bounties. Kind of is what it is on that. Not anymore, but when I was growing up, kind of is what it is. Yeah, I think that Raheem, man. Well, I don't know if I don't think Raheem is doing the play calling now, but I think he will interject now because he's going to be the head coach of a defense that's the worst in NFL history. Kind of like what Dan Quinn was doing when in 2016 that he had to interject and start calling the plays because our defense was heading in the same direction. Not that bad because we had Vic Beasley. Vic Beasley that season had more sacks than this entire team right now. And you know, guys, if you ever, you know about me, man, I never was really a fan of Vic Beasley. But I will say this. We ain't had a pass rusher since him like that. And I think basically he benefited from having Dwight Freeney on there and being his mentor. And after they let go, another reason, same thing, man. We had Calais Campbell and Bud Dupree last year. And I think they undersold how valuable those guys were. Yeah, I know they chose to get more money for somewhere else. But again, I'm always under the impression that if you really want somebody, you go and pay him. Now, I know you're hamstrung because you paid Kirk Cousins all that money, but you did that too. So reap what you sow. Plain and simple. Ark, yeah, Ark, you must not have been around when I be talking about Vic Beasley. Yeah. But yeah, man, right now we don't have the Jimmys and Joes to just send four. When you only send four, that means you have a dominant line like Pittsburgh Steelers. When you got a Hayward and a TJ Watt, who both are disruptors of offenses on their own. You know what I'm saying? And they got two of them. That's when you only send 4 or 3. We ain't got that. We need to send 5 and 6. But that puts you in trouble because your linebackers can't cover. And tight ends be eating us for lunch. So, yeah. You got to get home. If you send 5, you got to get there. If not, somebody's running butt naked down the field. Delayed blitzes don't count for how many you send. If you have 4 or 3 on the line, that's what it is. And we didn't send more than 3 or 4 the entire game. Now, I saw delayed blitzes, but they don't count that as like five down linemen, you know, on the pass rush. Somebody need to open a crate of the grits blitz. Ah, man, they won't even let nobody play like that no more. Oh, no, they won't let nobody play like that no more. No, that don't exist. That ain't exist since mid-'80s. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can get away with it in the 90s. There was some good defense in the 90s. But the rules already unchanged, man. You know, running lock couldn't play in this era. Same as Singletary. Same as Buckets. A lot of people couldn't play in this era because of the rules. Not because they weren't athletic enough, because they would dominate. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the rules. Penalties and stuff like that. What you could and could not do. What was targeted, what wasn't. Things of that nature. They absolutely could play. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these guys don't need no, what do you call it? Load management. Yeah, they don't need load management. That didn't exist back in the day. Our linebackers can't cover, and tight ends are killing us. Yeah, they can't cover. Our defensive line are not occupying the offensive line enough so they can get up to make solid tackles in the run game. That's why the draw play kills us. So David Aminata and Big Grady are getting whooped. Pretty much. Or at the very least, it's even. And that guard or that pulling center are able to get up. Most of the time, it ain't even pulling. They just straight hit them, chip Grady, you know what I'm saying, and get up to the next level. That's basically what it is. Or chip Judon and get up to the next level. That's what I see. But that's just me watching, you know what I'm saying? I don't have the 22s. I don't have the all 22, you know. JJ, hold on. Let me see what JJ said. JJ says, we don't have the luxury of doing that. Our blitzes are weak ass. 5 pressures on the Broncos. Yep. 5 pressures. That's crazy. 5 pressures is crazy. Not sacks, pressures. That kid was chilling back there. That was 7 on 7. Our pass rush is so bad, it's like 7 on 7, guys. Guys, you know 7 on 7. That means there's just the skilled players out there and somebody hiking the ball. That's it. You know? It's 7 on 7. That's basically what it is when quarterbacks face our defense. And we're about to face Justin Herbert. And Lamb McConkey. A good dog. This got to be the best game plan we had all season for this next game. This is going to be the most explosive offense I think we face the entire season. This is going to be the most explosive offense we face, running and passing. Bo Nix dinked and dunked us to death. Way better than Bo. They going to take the top off this thing. And we blitz and don't get home, yeah, that's going to be a problem. There's a reason why Carson Beck is struggling this year, because Brock Bowers and Lamb McConkey are in the NFL now and doing work. Future Pro Bowlers. Future Pro Bowlers. So yeah. So guys, we've been on for an hour. I would advise everybody to take a deep breath. Get all your angry thoughts out right now. Take a deep breath. And if you don't have no faith in this coaching staff, it's going to be a long 2 weeks. If you want to give them grace, then give them grace. But keep it in your head, everything that you notice that you thought was a flaw in this team, let's see if they can try to correct it. They can't correct everything because it is a Jimmy's and Joe's problem just as much as it's X's and O's, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm only one person. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Yeah, just looking at that score is disgusting. 38-6. Shout out to every Falcon fan that went out there and watched that debacle. Y'all should be refunded y'all flight and your seat money for that debacle from the Falcons. Yeah, Jimmy's and Joe's. Yeah, defense more Jimmy's and Joe's. Offense is more X's and O's, in my opinion. Because we got the Jimmy's and Joe's on offense. Even with Pitt's lack of blocking ability, so we can't disguise when we were going to run it. We're tipping our plays, guys, when we have Kyle Pitts in there. For all the Kyle Pitts supporters, I feel you. I understand he's not being used right. But in the same breath, you're tipping your plays when you have Kyle Pitts in there because 90% of the time it's a pass play. Or if they're running away from Kyle Pitts. And he's not exploding off the line So they know it's not a pass play, and they don't have to guard him. Like, actually, I would love for him to use that same effort, but they go back and throw it across the field for wide open picks. Because he is wide open on that. But that's because the defense, I mean, he ain't giving no effort exploding off the line. They know just a pursuit down the line for the run. There's no run pass option because we're in the shotgun, handing it off. And Kirk Cousins has not faked the handoff out of the shotgun once. We haven't even done play guys. Unless I'm mistaken, I don't think we've run any play action out of the shotgun when Kirk Cousins is in the pistol facing the defense. I don't think we've ever ran it. Not once. So you know what Kirk Cousins is going to be. He's 7 yards, 5 yards back. He's right there as a statue. He's not climbing the pocket right. And he's worried about the pressure because the line is leaking. So, just things to think about. So, yeah, that's where you get to schematically. You got Kirk Cousins shotgun probably like 65, 70% of the time. But yet, I mean, I don't know, man. He's a play action quarterback. I can talk about that again. I'm about to get out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? I talked about all I can talk, and right now I'm about to start rambling about the same thing over again. So I appreciate every last one of you guys coming through. We started this, this stream just, and didn't know how it was going to work out. But me and Shonda just said, hey, we watch these games anyway, so we might as well film us, watching them. And we really appreciate everybody becoming a part of the Dixon Way. Like, really, man. I mean, the growth has been amazing this season, and that's Falcon fans, Braves fans, Hawks fans, Bulldog fans, and Florida Gator fans. Thank all you guys. And the fans of other teams that have become a part of the Dixon Way also because they enjoy the content, man. Me and Shonda would really like to thank all of you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. And as we try to grow, that sound is volume. As we try to grow this thing called the Dixon Way family, one sub and one follower at a time on all platforms. Right now, our goal is 10,000 subs before. What's up, ATL Georgia's favorite? Again, another content creator, man. You guys make sure you check out ATL Georgia Faithful, man, for his content. Content, man. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys being a part of Dixon Way, man. Yeah, because I mean, we can, do watch parties and this, that, and the third, but you guys make it enjoyable to do it. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of times we first started doing this that it was nobody in here besides probably about 3 to 10 people at the most. So thank you guys for helping us grow and making the stream more enjoyable because, without you guys, I'm just sitting here talking to myself and talking to the TV. Or just sitting here, me and Shonda talking at the TV, screaming at the TV. You know what I'm saying? So we really appreciate you guys. And let's get this game going, man. So hopefully we get big like Nightcap and everybody be like, yeah, I remember when Dixon Way first started and stuff like that. So yeah, man, let's just keep it up. If you're upset about how the Falcons playing right now, you're well within your rights. But it's a first-year coach. And I'm going to be honest, man, like I said, if we dealt with 3 years of mediocrity with Arthur Smith, then at the very least, Coach Raheem deserves the same leeway. Now, I'm not going to say that about Terry Fontenot because he's already been here. He's been the architect of this when Terry was here or when he wasn't. So that's a different standard. So we'll see, man. I just hope everything gets corrected. I definitely don't want to limp into the playoffs, but I do want to make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? If we got to limp in, fine, limp in. But once you make it, you never know. I know a lot of people say if we go in the playoffs right now, we'll get boat race. Maybe that's true. But you won't know if you never make it. And I'm sick of sitting here watching everybody else go to the playoffs. I'm doing a stream about other teams playing in the playoffs instead of the Falcons. I would like to commentate a Falcon playoff game. How about that? Because since we've been doing this, ain't been no playoff games around these parts. So I would like to do a playoff game that's not the Braves and not a play-in for the Hawks. How about that? How about it? All right, guys, we up out of here, man. We will see you guys tomorrow for the Golden State Warriors versus the Hawks. Hawks still on the road, but got a great win thanks to Clamps Daniels. We got to think of some merch for Clamp Daniels. That's Dyson Daniels. You don't know. They call him the Great Barrier Thief. That's a little bit too much, man. Clamps just come out the, you know what I'm saying? It just flows in the commentary. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we call him here, Clamps Daniels. So, yeah, they're on the road in Golden State. Golden State, one of the better teams in all of basketball this season. They're trying to win one more for Steph so he can claim that this is his era and not LeBron's. But we're not going to get into that. We up out of this thing, man. Y'all guys have a blessed rest of your evening. Stay dry. It's been drizzling and raining all day. Larry Nixon says, Larry, didn't you say Raheem Morris is one of the best coaches in the NFL? Find it. Never said that at all. Total lie. I'm behind my coach, but I never said he was one of the best coaches in the NFL. You can't find that on this platform or any other platform. But I do back my coach 100%. Actually, I didn't even want, he wasn't my choice, but once they introduced him, hey, I'm 100% behind my coach. So it is what it is. All right, guys, we up out of here, man. Y'all have a blessed rest of your evening. Peace up. A-Town down. Deuces.